in this video, we're going to turn one of these, an 80's handheld TV, which comes up with static these days, unless you broadcast your own little old school analog TV station like I am. These are pretty much useless unless you do that, which that's a whole other story. Maybe a video on that. Anyway, we're going to turn in one of these, and you can get them very cheap for around 20 bucks on eBay, into one of these, a programmable handheld game system, and this one's got Pong on it. And the UHF VHF switch is going to be used now as a start and reset switch. So if I flick it to, and the tuner is going to be the paddle. So, okay, so here's how to do it. Okay, first we're going to remove this IF video decoder chip, which I believe is handling the video for sure, but possibly the audio as well. It decodes the IF and converts it to video. So we don't want that because we're going to tap composite video directly into here. This is the RF modulator. We're going to remove that too. And the room that will free up space for a microcontroller. Couple useful, cheap tools to put in your toolbox. I use these for composite video output. So when you need to produce a video signal, like we're going to need in a second here, I can just patch in my audio and video signals and plug this in, and we should get a picture. Just a little $10 handheld game console, but it comes with an AV out. So these are useful and cheap. A good one, find the cheapest cameras you can find, like this one. It's a little kid's toy, but they don't filter out infrared because they're so cheap. And that's a good thing when you want to see if you're got an infrared signal or not on things like IR sensors, etc., or even if your remote is working. Now your eyes can see the infrared light. Okay, so we're going to test the audio. I've tapped in here. Audio in to the top pin, ground. We have our little game machine. So if I plug in it's working. Volume. Okay. So next is video. Alright, I've changed it to pin 6 down. And we have video. However, it's a little jumpy. So we'll have to figure that out. But we're close. Yep, we have composite video. Pixel 2000 test unit. Looks good. So that would be the 6th pin down, not the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I'll be a son of a. But the paddle's not working worth the at all. Son of a. Oh! Holy son of a. It's almost working. God, it has to be way at the bottom of the thing. We gotta get that over here. We're getting close. And then we gotta make it 2-player. One player. Okay, we have a tracked mode now. Still working on the program, so I've just sticky taped it to the side here. And the right paddle is me, the player. Left is computer. So now I need to work on getting it to increase in speed. I think the way original Pong worked was depending on the angle. If you hit a corner, it would speed up, I think. But it goes to 9. 8. 9. Okay, it's pretty good at this point. It's got an attract mode. It has a startup screen. It has ball speed changes based on angle. If you go to my GitHub repository at github.com/sideburn, click on Watchman Pong, you can download the code. Download zip. And from in here, you'll have the sketch for Arduino, as well as some other things you probably don't need. This is the TV out library, and this is just other things you could do with this is another kind of game platform for using TV out, but you don't need that. This is just a series of pictures that show you how to do the wiring, etc.
difference does it make? You said you wanted to stay at home.
Well, I'd just like to know where we're not going.
So you know what clothes not to wear?
Okay, gotta remove that. Okay, next we tackle the potentiometer. Okay, we're gonna keep pin 3 and ground. jumper.
Acquired during that investigation was reported to my military channel. The team and witnesses were told to treat the investigation as top secret. Thank you. As the Deputy Base Commander, Colonel Charles Holmes is in charge of the investigation.
Okay, there's one down. A bunch to go. 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Okay. Paddle, start, stop. Paddle, start, stop. Now we have to do video and sound. Audio. That is audio. Now we do video. ground, we can come right off here. Okay, power. This is power. All right, that's everything. We can tack them down later if we want. But we should get it working first. Next is wiring up the Arduino. Now we prep the Arduino. This is an Arduino Nano. And it's a newer one, so it's got USB-C. I think the first thing we'll do is program it. Make sure it's a working one before we go soldering a bunch of wires on. Find out it's defective or something. Headers. We are not going to be using. Okay, so let's flash it. Okay, we're going to plug this in. It is connected to my computer. You want to pick an Arduino Nano in boards. So you pick an Arduino Nano. Processor, ATmega3028P. If it's an older Arduino board, use this one, old bootloader. So if it has a USB mini, that's an older board. That's what mine had, a USB mini, not a micro. But the micro may also be the old bootloader. This one with the USB-C is going to use the ATmega328P. All right. We need to find out which port this is on. Apparently none, so let's plug it in again, a different port. Maybe this one, USB serial 10. Okay. That's good. Okay, so it's running. These are the readings from the pot for the paddle. So the Nano has been flashed. Here's all of our resistors we're going to need. A 10K, which will be a pull-up resistor for the start switch, active low. So we pull it up with the 5-volt rail. Then we have a 1K for the video and a 470 ohm also for video. So we'll do those first. Okay, the 1K goes into D9. I don't have any smaller ones of these, unfortunately. Okay, D9. Let's see if this works. Use the big soldering iron. Power down the small soldering iron. Switch into the big guns. Okay, now we're gonna connect these guys. Whoa. Shaky hands. Okay. We're ready. We're not going to put this in yet because we have to feed the wire also to the board and solder this to the board on A3. All right. Probably could shorten these down some. Let's make them about let's think about this first. Where is this going? Audio. Audio input is D11. Okay. D10 is start stop. Paddle is A3. Let's do the paddle. So this is going to be like this. So A3 will be on the bottom. So that one can be slightly longer. A3. Is this one. Both of these in there. back. I'm going to push that resistor all the way down. Solder this till I burn my fingers. All right, there's A3. There's the paddle. Okay. Now, what's next? Okay, BL. This is start stop. Uh-oh. I just did the wrong one. Wait, no, that's right. Start stop is pin 10. So I was wrong. The pull up is for the paddle. Start stop is pulled up in software, but the paddle needed it to make it less jittery and it needed a solid plus 5 volts. Okay, so this is not done. The other end of this resistor needs to go to plus 5 right here, 5 volts. So let's see if we can do that cleanly. I should have done that at first, probably. Make it look good, which isn't really necessary. And I kind of suck at it. Okay, 5 volts. Right here. Get in there. Keep bumping the camera. Alrighty, cut that one. Okay, now this one is start stop. Start stop. I cut this one too short. Darn it. Okay, that one is video. That one is video. So luckily, that one's gonna end up going to the top of this. We'll do that one last. Come on. All right, next will be, let's see here. Audio. I don't like how they're not labeling D11. I hope they didn't change something on me. D11. Okay, D11. What's next? Let's go down the line here. That one, this is start stop. Start stop is D10. Okay, now D10. Okay, next. Power. Ground. Go, go, go. All right. Last one is this one. I'm gonna try to do this without it desoldering the resistors. So I'm gonna put some solder on the wire first. Come on. Jeez. This wire is kind of a pain to work with. Alrighty. So that should be it, and it's programmed. So if we're lucky, I didn't do anything wrong. As far as all this wiring goes. And it should work. Let's hook up power. 6 volts. If it works. Okay, let's see here. Come on. 6 volts there. And ground here. Whoa. It's not supposed to be on. We have a... I did something wrong there. The Arduino is turning on. Okay, so I think that's over the problem there. But let's turn the CRT on. There we go. It's working. So we have to adjust this pot so that center is the paddle center and all that. But we got to fix this power problem because the Arduino is not turning off when I switch the switch off. So I'm going to go look at that. I see there's a bridge here. Maybe I forgot that I removed that. I forget. I don't know. Or it's not. I don't know. Something's not right there. I got to go look. This is weird. I don't even see how this switch could even be working because it's bridging those. Unless, oh, I did that. Duh. Okay. I was going, what the hell? But even with my bridge there, the TV was still working on the switch. So I don't know how that happened. I don't even know how it was working, how the switch was working. I guess it was, I don't know. That was strange. I guess the second click is for the C, because the first click is audio only. Oh, crap. And the second click is the display. So I guess the second click must be here or something, and my bridge there was causing the audio to be on and the Arduino. All right, this time it should work properly. Oh my God, don't ground other things. Okay, 6 volts. It's off. We're gonna flick the switch. 1 click, 2 clicks. Uh-oh. Now we get nothing. Crap. This one's different than my other ones. Apparently. What's going on here? If I bridge those wires, will it... No. Oh, it'd help if I turn the power supply on. Okay. Now it's on, and now it's off. On. Go. Off. Okay. Back on, and then this switch. This guy needs to come over, so. This switch should now start a game. And it did. So it's working. Quit. Now it's in attract mode. All right. We're good to go. We just have to adjust the pot now. I'll do that next. Okay, so the way I'm going to adjust the pot. First, let's turn the volume down. The way I'm going to adjust it is I'm going to center the pot with, I'm going to center the paddle. So right about there. And we're at 50, but I like to get the needle to be centered with the line. So it needs to be about right in front of the 60. Okay, so now that the pot is centered properly, this is the touchy part. We don't want that pot to turn when we lift this board off. So we have to be very careful not to turn the pot or it'll take it out of alignment. So I'm going to power off. And remove this screw. Whoop, not that screw. Shoot, now we should probably check again. I don't think it moved. So, and now I'm going to remove this screw, the one that mounts it to the board. And then carefully lift. And then turn this until we're at center. And we can align it with that notch on the center of the CRT. So right about there. I just lined it with that notch. I'll get it perfect. It's kind of hard when it's sideways and all. Okay. Probably, it's more like right about between the 50 and 60. Right about there. Okay, so now that that is set, carefully without moving any of that and breaking our wiring jobs. This cloth is probably not the best thing to use. We want to just drop it back in place. Put that screw back in. Actually, now that that's done, we can put this in where the RF modulator used to be now. So I just took it in there. This time I probably made my resistor too big and it's not going to fit. Yep. Usually I bend this over as tight as possible, so lesson learned there. So use a smaller resistor if you can and bend this as tight as you can. So I'm going to have to bend this. Hopefully that'll do it. Yeah. And it just fits right in there, and I just leave it loose. Tuck our wires back. And with the new one, I think you can reflash it if you without having to do this whole board lift thing, because the older one, which is what's in mine, my first one I made and kept, is an Arduino. It has a USB micro, and it's just a little bit different, and so you can't get up in there to flash it. You have to remove it out of the board every time. And so while I was working on the game code, that was kind of painful. Okay, now let's see here. Pull these back down. I've been trying to find a good glue to use to fasten the wires down. I was using super glue, but that's kind of nasty. It just doesn't look that as good, and I don't know, but I'm thinking silicone wire. I don't like hot glue. It's too bulky and messy. So then I was thinking goop, if I could try it out, but goop takes so long to cure. I think I'm just going to leave this one alone. So now we can test for real. And so what I do there is we put the cover on and install the battery. So let's put this screw back in. This screw is tightening the board down onto the CRT mount. And then that's it for the screws. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. And I think all of those are on the back. Ow, God, I hate these freaking battery covers. They seem like they're gonna bust. Okay, we had a spring we had this thing came. This spring came out. I don't know how that happened. Wow. How in the world did that just happen? It didn't break, but how did it? Oh, it got past this tape somehow. Jeez. Jeez Louise. What am I doing? I'm not thinking clearly. Okay. I don't know how that happened. Okay. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So we can, for now, just drop this over, but you make sure that you get these switches right. So this switch goes back in here. This switch is in the off position. This switch is in the up position. Now, this switch is very, very easily broken. So when you flip it, when you're testing, don't slide it from the top. Go all the way to the back and slide it, and be very gentle. They break super easy. And so I've broken them, but I can repair them. I've resin printed or 3D printed. I think I 3D printed it. No. Yeah, with like a 0.2 resolution. Anyway, I've made a new switch that I can pop this off and replace it if you have to. But I've kind of learned now how not to break them. Okay. Switch in the off position. It should just fall into place like it wants to. So if it doesn't, there's something. Okay, there it goes. And then you can test these. Yep. So now that that's good, we can just tighten one screw down. Can't remember which screws were what. This one's gold. I don't understand. I can't remember if that was like that or. So I'm going to tighten that one down and put some batteries in. One. 2. 3. 4. And power up. So far so good. Okay, then on the back rear, you slide down to reset, to stop, and slide it back up to start. And we're good to go. Let's see if I can get him. Got him. Now, if we turn off and slide this slider all the off, turn off, slide the slider over here to the low area, and power on, it should come into easy mode. No, it did not. Let's go further down to the bottom. Easy mode. Huh. Did I just flash it with a version that doesn't do that? Interesting. There it is. I got a bug there. I got to fix it. So you have to turn to channel 40. Yeah. I should make it. I made it to be 40, but now I should make it to be anything at 40 or below. But yes, so channel 40 is easy mode. So now he should be super easy to beat. But at first, before you get used to it, it's very difficult. I'm making it look easy. Yeah, see, now he's easy to beat. But in regular mode, it takes a long time to beat him. He's very good. Oh. Oh, I got... One more. He will change. He should change eventually if I don't. Yeah, see? It won't sit forever on a rally back and forth like that. All right, tied up 2-2. That's it. Now you just put it back together with the screws and it's done. The final touch, we're gonna put a Pong sticker on here, but first I put one down in the wrong spot and use that to align the one that I want to put it on. And I'm doing that because I have way too many stickers, so I can waste them. Okay. I hope that's straight enough. Oh, I don't know. Nope, it's crooked. And I want it higher up. Let's try again. So we'll use that one. Okay. I forget where I put it. I think I put it on maybe the second one. Still not straight. Oh, I know what I do. Okay, to get it perfectly straight, I butt it up against there, so there's no way you can screw up. Well, I just screwed up. Okay, one more try. All right. I put it up against there. Oh, dang. I think that works. No, that's going to be too high. It's been a while since I remember what I can't remember how I did it last time. Okay, I think that's the way I did it. So there, now it's straight. Let's see if that works. Yeah. That works. Pong. Ready to roll. One thing that sucks, this is a new old stock Watchman. And then I just noticed there's a tiny speck on the glass and it's not dust. It's like a crack or something. Kind of a bummer. Otherwise, this thing is pristine.